This is not.
Public service announcement. No matter what they say out there in the world, especially them haters, gaming is not a crime. It's part of the grand American free market economy of digital entertainment arts. And honestly, sometimes this stuff is really kind of worth it. No matter what anybody who hates it might opine.
This is not a test.
Take into consideration how much work is involved. You can get cynical about it, but like a thing I shared today on social media, and I hate to be a fanboy, but hey, check out the video, the featurette that they produced about the music for season 2. Right? Like the game didn't just come out and it's over, and then they repackage content. Then you can get cynical about it, like I said. But we're here to enjoy the game, so let's enjoy it.
This is. This is. Not. Emergency broadcast system. This is not. This is. This is. This is not.
Sorry about that.
This is not.
I thought I had a link ready to drop for a widget that I did not have ready to drop. But DJ Zed had the beat
This is.
ready to drop. Welcome to the show, friends. This is the Zeppoverse. The encourageable Mr. Zeppo's almost daily variety gaming live stream show extravaganza. Yeah, I'm weird, I'm quirky, I talk funny. But hey, who amongst us isn't a little weird, quirky? I guess I'll leave those edits. Okay, so had a great session this afternoon. Once again, many thanks. Shout out to friend O the stream show here of the gaming action, known tough. Really awesome guide tour of how to do resurgence a certain way. Some may argue that it's a cowardly way or a campery way, but hey, there's no, when it comes to Last Man Standing Battle Royale, it's like some of y'all haven't seen the movie that's inspired by. Oh wait, hold on a second, that's pretty dark. Welcome to the show, folks. Do you guys know who here knows the movie Battle Royale? And by that I mean the Japanese like horror gore graphic. graphically violent. Military industrial complex, shoot 'em up, literal battle royale, fight to the death, last man standing movie. It's not for kids, and I'm a girl. I'm like, I don't know, if I had kids, I would set certain rules about what age they can start doing things, but I don't think those rules of mine would be popular, and I bet my kid would suffer horribly through, all those formative years. Their kids having access to things that I will be like, you gotta wait a little longer before I let you do that. And that includes this video game. But it's okay, I'm not judging. Parents, you do what you want. I'm not judging, I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. I'm just saying personally, there's a comfort level. My show, in particular, is not necessarily intended for kids. So, and I also can't control whether or not young people watch my show. And I'm an open-minded, relaxing, groovy person that respects all human beings. Video gaming is not about getting angry at each other. It's about having fun and doing it with skill. And as our good buddy Numb Tough pointed out earlier today, doing it professionally. DJ Zed rocking out his flagship imaginary literary robot dance music intergalactic hit from another dimension.
This is not a test.
This is, that's the name of the song. This is. Okay, here's my record. I'm gonna humble brag, but I'm also gonna point out something while we enjoy this last bit of the DJ Zed track. There seems to be a new bug since the recent updates. Oh wait, I'm blocking it. Hold on a second. Let me switch over to just this. You see down there in the bottom corner where it says left trigger, lifetime, and then in grayed out last hand games? DJ Zed, let's take a pause. So I don't have to yell so much. I could also just take off my headset so I don't have to listen to the music. Welcome to the show, folks. I'm a weirdo. So I don't pretend to be an expert, but I do intend to try and level myself up to some sort of, better than where I've been before. I'm just ambitious. But anyways, never mind my stats for a hot second. We'll talk about it in a minute. Obviously, my personal bests are not that impressive. Highest skill streak 9? That's it. That's weak. That's weak. It's trash, as some might say. Ooh, my teeth thrilled there. Hope that didn't poke you right in the ear hole. Down there, left trigger, lifetime, last hand games. Right now, not active. Not active, friends. Look at this. Oh, good. I picked the right one. See, I'm clicking it. It's the right one. I can go over here, and as you can see, switch back and forth. Oh, let me move that. Instead of changing scenes. Nope. Camera cluster. Yay, look at me. I'm high tech. I can move stuff around on the internet. Well, this is actually not that hard to do. Oh, and Gnome Tough, I owe you suggestions and advice for when you do get your PC. I know you're working on hard to hustle on that in all the different ways. When you get there, or whenever you want the advice about Streamlabs and the layouts and all that stuff, I'm pretty noob at it, but I did just learn a lot, and I did just kind of get to a certain place with it. So, and of course that goes out to the community too. Anybody out there that's like, wait, how do you do that? Because I didn't know when I started streaming. And although there's lots of tutorials and lots of videos, sometimes just asking the person you're watching is also helpful. And there's a lot of, there's just a bunch of stuff I've picked up that I'm like, they don't really explain that. You gotta have to like stumble into it. Nothing, it's just computers. Okay, what was I talking about? So, bugs. As a former, pardon me for rambling, but I'm going to do this before we jump into the game. It's called the pre-game chat lounge session. A unique feature of the Almost Daily Variety Gaming live stream show extravaganza for your entertainment. Presumably one day there will be a throng of tens of dozens of maybe, hundreds even people that hear, and we can chit-chat about all kinds of things. As a former gaming industry quality assurance testing professional, entry level, nothing impressive. I worked at a certain video game publisher for a whole year, not even quite, maybe less than, and then I didn't, for reasons I currently right now can't remember, which may or may not be good. But neither here nor there. I learned a lot about like testing and finding bugs, and sort of my humble flex about my brief tour of duty in the industry was that at least within my team, I can't say for the spectrum of the whole profession at the time or now, but within my team and in the department in general, for a new guy, for like you just showed up and although you're a gamer, you've never worked in the industry before, and there is a lot of like experience is valued, even at the quality assurance tester, because this was like an in the office paycheck with social security. It was like a full-time job. It wasn't like, hey, program, you do it from home and you get credits and gift cards. No. I'm not this and that. I'm just saying. And it wasn't like just plain old regular open beta. It was like a real legit. I had to drive an hour uphill, like a really big stupid hill that I kind of hated. I wish I lived so much closer. Like a San Francisco level hill, like the steep. No, like a grapevine. You ever go up the grapevine, down the grapevine? You know what I'm talking about? It wasn't there, but anyways, I learned a few things, and these little tiny bugs. I was saying my humble flex about while I worked there was that I picked it up quick, and I was an intuitive sort of like find the things that people, the pro gamers, the ones that are also sort of playing the game to beat the game, may not find, often don't find. And if I could draw a graph instantly on the screen, which I technically have an app for, but I haven't figured out how to use yet, so I can't. But if you can imagine, like, if there's like a bell curve hill chart of the beginning of a testing period when you get a new, they called them Rev, short for revolutions. Proof, legit street cred right there, my friends, that I actually was in the industry, and I'm not just making this up. When you get like Rev 22 or Rev 105 or Rev 16C or whatever the different codes, different places, maybe different people didn't call it Revs. But when we would get our Revs, and I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about what games I would play, but I played a certain collection of different games. And the one that I like slaved on the hardest and found the most awesome bugs on was a PC game of a certain cartoon character. And I can't remember the rules and whether or not I actually signed like a 20-year non-disclosure agreement or not, but I don't want to get in trouble. I may have actually already absentmindedly said it on the stream. But the hill, like people would, okay, so you'd start the Rev and like the whole team would spike, you'd just start finding bugs. Like Monday morning, a new game or a new drop, a new update, basically, to put it in like terms that we all use right now. You get a new drop. Here's the drop for season 2. We got to test this before it goes public. All right. So bugs everywhere. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then like the next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like it starts to downhill, right? Like it peaks. People worked over the weekend too. I didn't work weekend shift, but other people, but you imagine the whole collective. And then like in my team, which had like, I think 11, 12, 15 people, might have been as big at 20 at sometimes. It would like flex. People would flop over from other teams to help push, especially the closer you got to a certain horizon or a certain like important deadline. You would like, and as other games wrapped up, certain cycles or as things were lulling over there, people would hop on over. But anyways, for being a new guy on my first year, in my first quarter, in my first few weeks, and then in my first several months, and I quickly I quickly kind of showed that my decline back down to like very few bugs per hour per day sort of lingered. Like I didn't peak as high as others maybe necessarily because they found those bugs first and then there's fewer bugs to find because they've already been reported. But I would find you, and because we would all strive to find unique bugs. We'd all, and it was an open bullpen, like half cubicle setting where we'd all be like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" And like chat about stuff. And obviously you're supposed to keep the chit chat to a minimum. But we'd often be like, "So, did you find this thing already, you guys?" And then people would come in to confirm that it was repeatable in different setups and different machines, different operating systems, etc. But in terms of unique bug finds and the theoretical tracking on the bell curve of that, like, but like my unique finds would kind of linger on. Like when everyone else is sort of peaked out and sort of like, I can't find any more bugs in this, or the bugs I'm finding are the same ones over and over again. So they're very, very confirmed. or maybe we found a nuance or a new glitch in it or whatever. But weird new things, I would keep getting. It wouldn't be many, but like in a whole day, maybe like I'd find 3 things, and everyone else struggled to find one, right? And some people played the whole day and didn't really find anything new to crack open and write down a bug about. Not that necessarily bad. It's good, especially if you're confirming other people's things. And the reason I think is because I look for, I'm like a little bit ADHD or something. And I look for weird details that other people just sort of are going to fly past often because I'm a completionist. And little widgets of user interface are of huge interest to me. Anytime there's a widget, anytime there's like a stat, anytime there's like a thing, like I love this screen. To go back over here. Right? Like this thing delivers a lot of information. I bet you, just in terms of, oh, snappity doo! Now I can't write it up as a bug. The whole reason, because earlier today, the whole reason I was like, I'm gonna talk about this, because I was gonna be like, hey guys, now follow me over to the official website, and I was gonna drop it in. I'm gonna drop it in now, because it's still good. It's still a good idea to deal with it. Dear friends, community players, I know it can be annoying to be like, oh, this game, we see a lot of like trash talk about talking about all games, right? In terms of like, obviously we can throw terms around like toxic community or whatever, toxic environments, toxic chat, toxic trolling or whatever. Not to like, I'm not judging or assigning blame anywhere in particular, but if you're kind of part of the community and you're paying attention to what people are posting about and you're in Facebook groups or in Instagram things or whatever it is, Reddit, whatever the platforms, there's too many. I can't keep up. I've been on Facebook since like the year it launched, and I'm like, that's enough. Like that's the whole internet to me. Like everyone brings the internet to me, and then if I really want to know, I'll go looking around for like what's going on. But I don't have time, yo. I don't know how other people have time to be on 75 social media platforms. I try. I have like the big 4 or whatever because it's almost a prerequisite nowadays just to prove you exist. But that's a whole other story. Well, we can do a whole episode about that. Where was I going? Oh, it's easy to be like, I know what it's like to be over, like, oh, I can't keep up with that. I can't barely keep up with Facebook, although I try because I would like to be I've been around on Facebook for so long. I like to consider myself a C-list, not influencer, but public discourse personality. Because I do sort of cosplay my character of the alien from another dimension, a robot from another dimension. I am neither actually a robot nor am I actually from another dimension, other than in the transcendental sense, which is a pin on the corkboard. So bugs, I'm fascinated by them, obviously. And one of the things that I think is like cool that other people might find really annoying is that whether you got to play open beta session or not because you bought it early, the game's out. It's season 2. If you're a part of the game, there's gonna be bugs, you guys. This game is huge. It's complicated. And here's something people don't think about. It's tracking lots of data all the time in a bunch of different ways. And now they've got all this AI stuff. I don't know how much different that is from, say, Vanguard or, going all the way back to Black Ops 4. But I'm not a coder, but I am sort of like engineering-minded inclined. And I am tech savvy enough. I mean, I've been on the internet since before. The first time I got on the internet was an Apple IIgs using a thing, I can't remember what it was called, a browser I don't remember the name of, on a service that doesn't exist anymore that was before AOL launched. Not to brag, but I'm not an internet noob. And I've been using the internet, I don't know, weekly, daily, since. And thus I have lots of well-informed opinions about the internet. And I'm fascinated by it. I think it's awesome as a member of this gaming community, especially as a streamer trying to trying to gather an audience, trying to gather a community, and trying to like promote a vibe in the gaming industry in general, because I'm a variety streamer and I play the same attitude in all the different games that I play, even though I suck and I don't rotate them often enough. I think it's sort of like awesome that the industry, some of it, this company is very receptive, I think, relatively speaking, compared to other games where it's just not, can't afford it, or it's not part of the program, or that's not the art they're making, or they just don't, like other games are just really rude to their base. Not here for the drama, but I'm just saying, instead of being frustrated or annoyed, instead of just blasting, trolling, sniping hate, which is toxic for the hater and can be toxic for people who are, just get normalized as seeing it all the time, why not be productive and like do the simple thing, the easiest or the simplest thing, which is help the company fix it by being, diligent, thoughtful, articulate submitter of a good bug report. Because, I mean, aren't we all nerds? It's funny. It's really weird. I was actually literally called a nerd by someone in voice chat. Because I was like, hey, man, come on. We don't need to call each other names. Because they were, I don't know who they were talking to. If it was off game or in the game. But when suddenly they came on, there was just a burst of name calling. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, this game's competitive and all that. But dude, chill. And they're like, you nerd. I'm like, well, yeah. We're gaming, aren't we? That was one of the original nerds that would get beat up and bullied by the cool kids, was anybody who played games of any kind, from D&D to video games. I got made fun of for having an Atari in ways you don't want to hear, by kids taking it places that were gross, believe it or not. But that's just human beings. Have you met the species? Y'all wacky, but it's fun. Okay, so good times. I was gonna report this as a bug because literally, I don't know if it was my, I hope it wasn't my paddle. That would be a bummer if something was wrong with my controller. But all day long, and yesterday too, I think, I was like, it's not flipping. I really want to compare. Okay, lifetime. Sorry for the ramble. Welcome to the show. Is this why I don't have any audience? Or is this why I'm going to be super famous next year? I don't know. Time will tell. Also, that's part of the storytelling for the book series, not so much the way I want people to think that I really think about things in real life. Remember, it's the Zeppoverse. I'm cosplaying a character that's trying to get really good at this video game for celebrity reasons, because he thinks he'd become a millionaire and fails. That's like the story that I'm writing. Inspired by real life, sort of. Except I never really tried it. But now I'm trying it. It's so meta. It's crazy. Okay, what was I doing? Okay, so Lifetime. Although I literally had access to the game since beta and too much free time on my hands that it's sort of disgusting. I still have only played, apparently, unless this is a clerical error and a bug, 417 games. Where's the bell? Ding! For the cannabis enthusiasts in the room. I should have just said, if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it. Kills per game, that's an interesting average that has slowly been going up for me. It was really, really low when I started. And I'm really, really sad that I haven't been taking more historical screen grabs. And to that point, let's do it. Historical screen grab. Because I want to compare, 2 months from now, and see if I've gotten a little bit better in these numbers, proving that I've gotten a little bit better in my actual real-time in-game skill set, right? Because I think this old dog can learn new tricks. I do think this old dog can learn new tricks, I say. Okay, so the Pila, I've literally used it, I think, twice. So my kill ratio on it is stupid high. So don't think that I've been like destroying maps with that. I haven't. I used it twice ever. But the SO14, I think that's kind of recent, and that's a good ratio. And the Signal 50, and I go way back. It's one of the earliest things that I got into that I was like, oh, I'm getting the hang of snipers, which I used to be really, really intimidated by in terms of like mechanics in the game. The total, I'm actually surprised, and I always forget that the Vel 46 is my SMG of choice in terms of successful matches. I would have guessed if someone had asked me, like if I was being interviewed, by some other cool industry thing, and I was just like, so off the top of your head, man, like which your machine platforms and specific loadout do you think is the one you like rank the most score points with, the most operator eliminations with. I don't like the word kills. It's a little too dirty for me, but I'm also just playing it up for comedy. But that's also kind of really true. I don't want to be taken out of context. I am talking about a video game and not anything else. I wouldn't have guessed this machine. I would have totally thought either. What would I have guessed? I would have either picked one of the snipers, like the very first blueprint that I got, because I wanted to support the endowment, because that's something I totally actually really do think is a great thing that the company does, as long as they're actually really doing it and it's not some sort of scam, which I don't think it is. I'm not trying to cast shade, but the world is full of some of that stuff, isn't it? I would have guessed that one maybe, or there's another SMG that I really like. No, although the thing I just pointed out is not an SMG. But in terms of weapon platforms all the way across, I wouldn't have guessed these as my top three. And this one, the Signal 50, I would have thought in terms of KD ratio, I would have thought would have been number one, right? And I would have thought this screen would have been all snipers. Okay. So my last 10 games, my stats are much higher than my lifetime. So obviously the more games you play, the harder, the more steep the climbs to change the numbers. KD ratio of lifetime KD ratio 0.57. But last 10 games, 1.17. Win-loss ratio 0.43 last 10 games, but pretty decent win-loss ratio overall. Like, I don't suck. And I'm consciously trying to get better and learn as we go. All right, that was a really long pregame chat lounge session, or it just feels like it. Oh, I didn't open the widget. If there were millions of adoring viewers, I'd be like, hey, now let's talk about what you want to talk about. And we talk for another 20 minutes. But hey, we'll get there, right? Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I know there's people watching a little bit on all the different platforms that we're on that maybe can't catch it live, but always kind of pop in and pop on a couple of videos here and there every once in a while, because I see your numbers creeping. So thanks. Much appreciated. Same's true for my podcast. If there's any podcast audience crossover, namaste and thanks for being here. I know this is weird, and some people might be like, why are you playing video games on the internet for people to watch? For multiple reasons, not the least of which is, in theory, at some point I can monetize it all and actually just do this to provide for myself at home, which is like the American dream, right? To do something that you really love in the best set of circumstances at the most cost-effective rate. So the goal is to get competitive. And thus, that's why we were looking at... Oh, I'm going to get rid of that. We've made a new supporter widget. Sorry, I said the word widget too many times. And it says intermission there. I need to put something... I don't know how to change that. I love the frame, but I wish that wording was editable, and it's not right here in this setup the way it is. But that's okay. All right, I need to take a tiny, itty bitty, tiny bio break, as they say. And right around now is when I would, if this were a podcast instead of a video game live stream, I'd be putting on some DJ Zed music to cleanse the palate and transition into a new portion of the discussion. I'm gonna pick a track real quick. Let's go back to the main one. Where's the main thing? No, not the picture, not the profile picture. All my top tracks are from the summer list. Where's my old tracks? Here we go. Where's Here we go. Deep Techno 1, Perfect Take, an early experimental track. enjoy that while we are away from the camera for a hot second. Take a brief break, a little biological reset, as it were, and we'll be right back. And we'll be jumping into some multiplayer. And believe it or not, I now, thanks to my now good buddy in the game, Gnome Tough, I feel way more confident in approaching the Warzone side of the whole gaming space here. I'm gonna be doing it a little more often. I think I'm kind of itching to drop in to see if the Resurgence has a solo, free-for-all version. See how I do on solos. All right. Anyways, taking a break. Be right back. Un momento, por favore, please forgive the delay. This is the Almost Daily Friday Gaming Mr. Zeppo. We are trying to reach a crazy follower goal, and I know this is ambitious, of 4,420 followers. Thanks for joining us wherever you are. There's somebody watching. Thank you. Not me. Alright. That's about to wrap up. Hope everyone's having a groovy evening. Hope everybody had a groovy Valentine's Day holiday. I don't think I streamed on Valentine's Day, did I? If I did, I didn't even comment on it. I hope everyone's having a happy President's Day weekend, right? That's the holiday you human beings are celebrating right now. Rock on. We are gonna get ready. Let me double check a few things here. Now that we're back. Do I want to change this any? Not that, but yes. Alright. That works for me. I don't know how I feel about that. But okay. Wait, I want to try out that decoy grenade. I haven't really used it much. Oh, you know what we need to do before we really get started is what's going on over here. Dead silence. Oh, I need to. Oh, I forgot about that. LMGs. Okay. Always try to track those because those are easy to knock off. They're not super intense, not super hard. It's not like, you know, the numbers are relatively low. Dead silence. Okay. That's an upgrade, right? Let's put that here. Dead silence. I'm not used to. I've never really used this very much, so it's kind of like easy for me to forget. And I love my anti-armor rounds. That's never going away. Do I want to switch this up then? Ooh, stun grenade, and that might be a good combo. Let's do that to all of them. So we can just knock this. Well, we don't have to do it to all of them. Let's keep things. We'll just work that load out a few rounds and try to knock this out. What's the other thing? LMGs. Ooh, that's a different thing. No. How much time do we have? An hour. Okay, we're just gonna go for the one more. Alright, enough setup. Let's DJ Zed, I'm sorry I'm gonna tune you out even though you're halfway through the track. Everybody give some love to DJ Zed, my imaginary sidekick. I really wish I could afford like the technology to be like, and here is a very real robot to DJ the DJing. Or that I could afford like at least a cool like VTuber sidekick. I actually wish I could figure out VTubing, but I keep almost going to go read about it and then not doing it. Mostly because I'm really worried that it's like the only way to do it is for me to like subscribe to another service and pay for one other thing. I need to like make my products, gather an audience, and have them be enthusiastically buying my products, which is kind of by the way, anybody who is out there that may be coming across this video that wants to support this streamer in that form, one easy, cheesy, peasy way you can do it is, and it's totally free, just in terms of like helping my visibility, is by heading on over to my centralized hub of links of all the platforms. Each of these, not all of these are monetized. Some of them are, some of them aren't, most of them aren't. But all of these help the whole thing get, more awareness, more circulation, and it might engage you. You might find that stories over on Black Guide interesting. You might drop into a couple episodes of the podcast and be offended, but want to rage listen. Who knows? The podcast in particular, like the more people listen to the podcast, the more I can actually afford to do stuff because that is very monetized. And SoundCloud, I thought I monetized, but I don't think it's working. So I got to figure out what I didn't do quite right about it monetizing. I think there's one last step. Like I've monetized it, but I think I then have to publish it to like Apple Music or some, I don't know. Even though I've got like the SoundCloud and people come and listen. But come listen to the SoundCloud. It's cool. You can find them all there at solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. Okay. Enough of that. Enough of, whoa, what happened there? Chat box. I think you're supposed to be up here. We're gonna use this until I get annoyed that it's blocking my own view, or that it feels like it is blocking people's view. But here, that way, we can chat. You can see my ugly mug. You can see what I'm doing. And you can see my response, my reaction, and you can hear my side of whatever proximity chat goes down. Let's get into it, friends. We're gonna do a little quick play, a little team deathmatch. Comms check. Comms check. Is that a movie? Or what? Greetings. Hello, hello. Let's have a groovy match, everybody.
Team deathmatch. Watching your six, soldier. The lead is ours.
Grenade out! Grenade out! Taking fire! Enemy down! Throwing stun grenade! Sending
Good job.
incoming!
Friendly UAV on station.
Call of Duty. Good job.
Sending mine!
Friendly
Oh,
friendly cruise missile approaching target.
too close.
What's your back?
Friendly care package in the AO.
Resupply online.
Switching mag! Approaching your six!
Good job.
Friendly cluster mine set.
Planting mine!
Checking six.
Planting mine!
Friendly cruise missile inbound. UAV in the area. Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Planting
Friendly
mine!
UAV online.
Reloading! Planting mine! Grenade out!
Tossing sticky grenade.
guy in the stairs. If anyone's on comm, there's a guy in the stairs in that building. Oh, up in the top.
Stun grenade out!
Friendly care package inbound. Friendly UAV on station.
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to shoot it.
Mission is complete.
Reloading!
Secure this victory. Wilson out!
Friendly Wilson online.
I'm here!
Survivor.
What's your right?
UAV online.
Hilarious. Good job.
Set in mind!
Hostile mortar strike near your position.
Target down! Throwing stun grenade! Don't shoot me, you bastard! Planting mine! Set in mine! Taking effective fire! Reloading!
Enemy UAV overhead.
Planting mine! Stun grenade out! I'm taking ground!
Our UAV is orbiting the area.
Snuck up on us.
We're gaining ground. Don't let up.
Hello?
Enemy UAV active.
Hello? Hello?
Friendly VTOL entering this sector.
What? Maybe?
Incoming!
I have very bad memory. Oh no, they got me! We played before?
UAV on station.
Yeah, I don't know if we played before. Maybe we have.
All
I'm
hunters.
sorry if I don't
Mission
remember you.
accomplished. Lack a job.
I'm sure we'll play again. Good game. I don't on. Okay. I much prefer when I'm playing against, like, people over the age of 18. I can't control that. Or at least, you know, like, that kid sounded 4. You know what the creepiest thing is? I've literally seen a meme it looks real. I don't know if the kid's really playing, but it claims that it's like a 3-year-old that's like a master player because somebody gave them an iPad and he's been playing since he was 2. What? I'm Call of Duty Mobile. I don't know that I'm okay with that, but I also can't judge too hard because I'm just jealous. I wish I was playing this, you know. Then again, I totally missed out, right? This franchise is however, like 20 years old or whatever, and this is the first year I've been playing it. So here we are. Time to check.
Planting mine! Stun grenade out! Throwing a stun grenade!
Supply online. Secured the kill.
Setting mine! I'm hit!
Drum over here.
Scratch one! Semtex out! Last mag!
Dog tags. Oh, darn it. That's why we don't do that. Alright, here we go.
Planting mine! Enemy spotted! Semtex incoming!
Confirmed. Enemy KIA.
Setting mine! Stun grenade out!
UAV is
Planting mine! Throwing a stun grenade!
Changing mags!
Setting mine!
Throwing gel charge!
halfway to mission complete. Keep it up.
Fire!
Let's get you on your feet.
Reloading! Reloading! Whoa!
Good job. Too many.
Friendly UAV.
Watch your fire!
Sorry.
Incoming! Taking effective fire!
Hostile UAV in the area.
I'm reloading!
Nice. Terrible. That's hilarious. Oh, I walked right into a thing. That was too funny. Walked right into that. And him.
Secure the kill.
On your six! Taking effective fire!
Oh, sorry. Check that. That was rude.
I'm on your six! Planting mine!
Enemy precision airstrike. Find cover. Enemy KIA.
Setting mine!
Hostile cluster mine deployed.
Nice.
seconds remain.
I'm reloading.
Ready to deploy.
Ah, nice.
10 seconds remaining.
Setting mine. Cluster mine deployed.
Ah, too bad. Good job. Nice game,
Mission
everybody.
complete. Well done.
Not too shabby if I say myself. Oops. Am I on? Sweet. Get some wins. Okay. Oh, there's already a lot of control. Alright, I'm done. Hello. Let's all have a groovy match, everybody.
Control.
Setting mine.
They're taking B. The enemy's attacking Alpha. Lead. They're taking Alpha. Enemies at Alpha. Last minute. The enemy has the lead. They're taking Alpha.
Oh, dang it. I got distracted
Taking
with the
contact
menu
at Alpha.
glitch.
They're taking B.
Okay. Here we go.
They're taking B. Enemies at Alpha.
Drop that sniper. Throwing stun grenade.
The enemy's attacking Alpha.
Changing mine.
Supply activated.
Planting mine.
Objectives ammo.
Dang it. Good job.
Reinforcements are running low. They're taking Alpha. Taking contact at Alpha.
Sniping from over here.
Throwing flash grenade.
Ah.
Threats in the area.
Enemies at Alpha.
Got him. Whew.
We took the last back round. Be ready for the next. Switching sides. Control. We're engaging Alpha. The lead is ours.
Stun grenade out!
Attacking Alpha. We've lost the lead.
I'm with you! I'm
We're
reloading!
attacking Alpha. 1 minute left.
Setting mine.
Attacking Alpha.
Throwing stun grenade! Watch your fire!
We're attacking Alpha. Capturing Alpha.
Setting mine!
You're running low on reinforcements. We're engaging Bravo. All objectives. Capturing Bravo.
Setting mine!
We're engaging.
Darn it. Got me. Good try though. We had it almost for a second there.
Hostile airstrike incoming.
We're attacking Alpha. Out of reinforcements. Advise you dig in. Survivor online. 10 seconds. We're engaging Alpha. Attacking Alpha. Not turn round. Stand by for the next one. Switching sides. Control.
Setting mine!
Taking the lead.
Change your back! Blast out!
Last minute.
Switching back!
Making contact at Alpha. They're taking Alpha. The enemy's attacking Alpha.
Throwing
They're
stun grenade!
taking B.
Gotcha 6! Planting mine! Setting mine!
Taking contact.
Changing mag! Enemy in the area! I'm loading! Stun grenade out!
We have one objective remaining. Lost Bravo.
Thermite! Using it! Changing mag! Thermite incoming! Mine medical!
They're taking Alpha.
Hostile UAV in the area.
Thank you, my friend!
Enemies attacking Alpha. Be advised, you're low on reinforcements. The enemy's low on reinforcements.
see him.
in your
Right?
position.
Good
Hostile
job.
counter UAV overhead. Hostile war strike incoming.
Taking contact at Alpha. Enemies at Alpha. Available at this time. You're on your own. The enemy's attacking.
Shooting at me. Target sight. Plant the fire.
Enemies at Alpha.
Got another.
On your six.
At Alpha.
Nice
They're
effort.
taking Alpha. The enemy's attacking Alpha. Mission compromised. We're done.
GG's indeed. It's fun to lose. Thanks, guys. Alright, friends of the stream. I think I'm managing to do my my mic management up here a little bit better so that I'm not rambling at those guys. I'm trying to talk to you guys over there. So good times. That was fun. We've got 54 minutes to do this LMG switchover. I need to take a little tiny break, but yeah, I think I can pop. I've got time to pop in a little LMG. Actually, I've got some LMGs looked up somewhere, don't I? Or did I get rid of them all? Oh yeah, I don't have any. No, there's one. I guess we can just bust out that one. I like this new feature. Check this out. This didn't used to happen, or if it did, maybe I just didn't see it right. But now, the one I starred, the one I favorited, is now on top. Alright, let's see if that'll work. I gotta grind that one anyways. I haven't really, blueprints for it. I got no options to customize it yet. I don't even put any stickers on it. It's brand new. Okay, so we're gonna work with that next. After a tiny little break, we just need to tend to some biological dividends. Alright, friends, I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of DJZ music. For your listening pleasure, please do stand by. I shall return shortly. Welcome back, friends. Oh, mic is on already. Cool. I don't have to click on it. I'm out of warm beverages. We are coming back. I gotta. Let's put it over here. No, actually, let's just jump in, huh? Let's leave it full screen. Leave it full screen for the full maximum. Oh, DJ Zed. Boop. Gaming. Oh, did I do that thing again with the gaming audio and the? I didn't mean to. I meant to actually tune out the DJ Zed. That probably sounded horrible. I am so embarrassed. I am mortified. I'm supposed to do this. Mute the gaming audio entirely while leaving you in the be right back screen so you could enjoy like music like this while it's playing while I'm gone. So we can boom, little dance music. Oh, arena thing? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Let me say hi to this buddy. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Hold on. Sorry, my headset wasn't on yet. Hello, can you hear me? Comms check. I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? I don't think you... Hold on, let me check something. Let me check. You can hear me. Okay, cool, yeah. Oh, there's a setting. Yeah, let's play. All right. There's one setting that like automatically mutes you when you enter the lobby first, which I forget about. What's up? Yeah, sure. I was planning on playing tomorrow. I'll be around all afternoon. What time? Are we in different time zones? What time zone are you at? Oh, you're an hour ahead of me. So that's close enough. Yeah, I'll be on in the afternoon and... Yeah, it's 8 o'clock. I'm out on the near the coast. Different time zones, different time. All right, let's focus. Let's have a good match, crew.
Knockout.
Covering your six.
Enemy movement.
Near the ocean. Not really near the ocean.
Eyes up. The sector's hot.
Yep.
You got this.
Where are you?
The enemy has taken the package.
Oh, thank
The enemy lost the package.
you. Yeah.
Package is
This
down.
game's brutal. Like you either have to run after that bag or try to destroy everybody all at once. It's kind of hard to like do other things in this mode.
Package secure. Protect the carrier.
Hopefully,
You're not dead yet. Get moving.
yeah.
Don't worry,
Reviving
I got
teammates. Let's try to revive each other. Yep.
50
No, that's not where.
seconds
That's not
remain.
it.
on your
Oh wait,
six.
there's another guy. I'm trying to snipe. Rescue them. Ah, damn it.
You've won
Good
that
effort.
round. Get ready for the next one. Knockout. Capture the package or destroy the enemy.
I'm on your six.
Enemy contact!
Movement. Seconds left.
Moving grenade!
Yeah, this game is brutal.
Victory secure. Be ready to win again. Switching sides. Knockout.
Right, like you're saving a blueprint.
Secure the package or hunt down the enemy.
I'm reloading.
Covering.
Dropping smoke grenade. Enemy in the area.
Friendly vehicle entering this sector. Enemy has the package. Our UAV is orbiting the area. 1 minute remaining.
No.
You'll be okay. Just hang on. You're good. I got you.
Enemy package was dropped. Secure it, Zada. We have secured the package. 30 seconds.
The crossbow in your inventory?
We lost that round. Get ready for the next one. Knockout.
Uh-huh.
Clear all threats or secure the package.
See if I'll remember all
Start
that.
the offensive.
On your 6.
Oh, okay.
The enemy captured the package. Get it back. Bajnia, hold
I
on,
just saw
cluster
that
mine active.
crossbow at the end of the rewards thing in whatever it's called. Yeah, the event thing. And I was like, what? This is so crazy new.
Friendly airstrike in the AO. 60 seconds left.
Oh.
The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
Huh. Yeah.
Switching sides. Knockout.
Right. That's crazy.
Secure the package.
Requesting recon
Find the
flyover.
friendly UAV online.
Thanks. Oh, nice. Uh-oh. Switching controllers, sorry. There we go.
Stay down.
You'll be okay. Just hang on.
We lost that round. Get ready for the next one. Knockout. Capture the package or destroy the enemy.
I'm on your 6.
Hostile UAV overhead. The enemy has the package.
Don't worry, I got you.
Survivor online.
Reloading.
30 seconds remain.
Up on me. Good position.
Hostile UAV in the sector. The round is lost. Focus on the next one.
Taking effective fire.
Switching sides. Look out.
There you go.
Clear all threats or secure the package. Start the offensive.
Arme à terre.
Molotov,
Yeah.
get back.
Down.
1 minute remaining.
Revive me, please.
Gun incoming.
We find you back in action.
Hostiles called in an airstrike. UAV
Ah, they
active.
snuck up behind us.
Mission failed. Return to base.
That was fun, man. Okay, it's my dinner time. How do I type what? Oh, I was using my phone app. There's a phone app for the Xbox that you can download. Hold on, let me back out of the menu here. I'm gonna take a little break in a hot second. But I'll explain it. You know how there's like I don't know if you've got a phone or not. I don't know. You seem a bit young, so you might not have a phone, but you might have an iPad. You might have a phone. I don't know. Okay, you have a phone. So there's a if you look in your app store, look for the game for the Xbox. There's two of them, so it's confusing. One is for Game Pass, so you can like manage your Game Pass subscription. I don't know if you've got one, but if you do, then you can get that app. But the other one is just Xbox. Let me double check, actually. I might be saying it backwards. I gotta turn on my phone. But in the one, it's when you open the app, you can look at all your screenshots that you took, like in your Xbox. You know how you can press the button on the controller depending on which one you mapped it to take a screen grab. You can look at all your screenshots and save them to your phone if you want. And in there's like a chat room, just like like on Facebook or on Instagram or something. And it's all your chats from inside of your Xbox, and it's super. And then you can just type like with your thumbs, and it's super cool. I like it. That's why I was typing so fast. Oh, here we go. My phone's on. Let me make sure I know what it's called, because I don't want to like tell you the wrong name. What is it? Oh, it's this one. But that's what I was doing. I was like typing on my phone like I was texting someone. That's how I coordinated. Earlier today, I played a game with a fellow live streamer that goes by the name of Gnome Tough. And so we were doing a session over in Warzone because I hadn't played any of the new map for Resurgence. I'd never even played Resurgence before. And he was showing me around. It was awesome. We won twice. Yeah, he live streams directly from his Xbox, which is there's a way to do that. So yeah, there's the Game Pass app. That's literally, it's just called, if you type in your app marketplace Game Pass. I'm gonna check if that's the one that's got the chat. No, this one just has your library. This one you can look at, like, this is different. This is just to manage Game Pass. Yeah, so in your app store, if you just type in Xbox app, and then like, it's the second icon on the bottom row is like all your chats. Okay, I gotta take a dinner break. You have fun playing, man. Good times. And I'll see you tomorrow, and I'll be on tomorrow playing as well. Peace out. And end of gaming action. Okay. It's a bit weird, man. It's quite wild, this game. But, it's definitely something new to me, like having prolonged conversations with people inside of the game. I was like, what? That people do that? And I didn't expect to find that many families playing together, which is curious. I don't know, man. If I had kids, if I had a family, if I was like married and had a wife and kids, I think I would make my kids wait for this game until they were like, I don't know, is it too crazy? Till they were like out of high school. Like seniors in high school. No, I would be like, go to college. And play other games, but go to college first, and then start playing. I don't know, it's terrible. But then again, there's also this, if you think of it as an esport, this is the other thing that it's interesting, and I don't mean to make a big stink about it. I just am sharing my thoughts as they happen. Some people think this is awesome. Some people think this is crazy and wrong. And I'm sort of in the middle because I'm really like, I wish I'd had a program in my high school for esports where like playing on the soccer field, training on different games, whether it's this game or another game or whatever, Fortnite. But it's truly an interesting, weird thing. But it's also, you know, like, whatever. It's just community, right? Like, I think that, I guess my tingly, like, weird discomfort is that my parents wouldn't have let me play this game until I was, like, 17 years old. You know, 16, 17 years old. Because it's too violent. They're like, get good at video games with stuff that isn't too violent and gory. And where people don't yell and scream at each other. And where it isn't just exclusively grinding on shooting each other in the head. For reasons, right? For their reasons, whatever they were, they didn't. I wasn't allowed. I'm an old school gamer. I was relatively young when I started on the Atari 2600. But also, like, they made us wait. They sort of read up on what the games were like. Back then, it was just pixels and things going meh, 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 meh. So it's apples to, you know, bowling balls kind of comparison in terms of how completely different and how, you know, the impact of each might be. But as a conscious person, as a Zen person, as a mindfulness person, there's always this sort of like interesting thought process about like, not is it wrong? Because like gaming is not a crime. Video games are video games. And as Zen people have pointed out, almost any activity can become a Zen activity if you're doing it mindfully and you're not attached to the image, but rather experiencing the flow in like a whatever life is happening. It's you're doing it, you're being good at it. From making music to carving wood to any kind of skill practice can be Zen. But this is why I'm commenting on it. There's there's a lot of obvious, silly argumentation out there in the world about whether or not video gaming is healthy, whether or not there's an unhealthy level. But we've turned that up on its head because we've made a marketplace for it to become sort of like a job, a career of making these videos and hopefully gathering a large enough audience that you sell merchandise and get really good at competitive, especially if you're looking at it at the competitive place, right? All of the first-person shooters, not all of them, a lot of the first-person shooters are exploring and are experimenting with like a professional marketplace of competitive sports. And the age ranges are all over the place. And there's going to be like talented, like, just like Mozart started playing it in a ridiculously mind-boggling, like, how is this kid playing the piano so good? Impossible kind of way. There's already if not the myth, the reality of like what I would consider from a visual graphic, what does it do to your brain place? People that are too young are like really, really good at this game. But that's, I guess that's a different issue. And it's got as much to do with like, how are their parents integrating the game? How are how does our culture deal with video games of this nature in terms of like, setting boundaries about the stress loads, the time consumption, the money spent, and the competitive behaviors that slippery slope slide into toxic behaviors of aggressive, confrontational speech. Free speech is free speech, but the game also has rules and guidelines and community standards, etc. So yeah. And the people who don't, like the haters, the trolls out there, they obviously go out of their way to like vilify and demonize the industry and the people who play it in all kinds of ways, in all kinds of fashions. But like, I think that, as we move into the future, and as an author of science fiction, where I want to write science fiction wrestling with, the ideas and the conflicts and the gray area, as well as like the benefits, because there are studies you can point to that say video gaming has bad impact on people, from it being potentially addictive, especially to those who have addictive personality disorder issues, because that's a diagnosed thing apparently. I would know. I would not know in terms of diagnosis. I'm not a doctor, and I certainly, haven't done a bunch of investigation to that. But there's also studies, counterpoint, studies that indicate that there's positive impacts, that it helps people. And now that it's become potentially like an entertainment means of generating income from home, which is an idea some people think is great, some people think is absurd, and some people warn is untenable and unsustainable. Who knows? Let's roll the dice and find out. At any rate, I do really need to take a dinner break. It's been a delightful evening session. Thanks to both the gamers that I partnered up with today. Hopefully the groups thing in the game gets sorted out, because I really do genuinely, like I did with Sim Nation, where, by the way, for the record, I went out of my way as the founding guildmaster, and I've been out of touch. I really should go be participant in the community a lot more, because like people who run it for me now don't even know who I am, and I've got to be like, name check, please. Somebody old school know that, like, confirm I really am the guy who created, conceptualized, and made it happen. Without me, there would be no Sim Nation, and that's no small statement. I mean, I don't want to brag. I'm not a ego-driven person, but that is in a world of accomplishment-driven thinking, it was somewhat of an accomplishment, right? I don't know that industry noticed or not in a meaningful way, but lots and lots and lots of people have made friends and collaborated with others and enjoyed their shared love for SimCity, a much, much different game than this. One that I curiously have not streamed, which I probably should do something about. Although SimCity, technically I can't, but Skylines I can. Some people think it's a boring stream because it's like about layout. But the funny thing is, this game, any kind of first-person shooter, action, where like, I can only stream for like an hour or two at a time, and then I need to take a break. Jurassic Park and SimCity. Please, oh please, video game gods, if there are such things, which I don't think there are, but please, someone bring out a SimCity official for the Xbox. Why haven't they done it? Skyline should be showing them that it's possible and that people want it and that it'll get played. And if you're watching this, help me start the movement. Write to your local congressperson in your jurisdiction and tell them we demand, not congressperson, write to whoever publishes SimCity. I think it's EA Sports, right? I think it's EA. Or did all that get sold out to something else? I forget. That we want a new SimCity Online 2 for the Series X Xbox. That would be genius, and I would play 16-hour marathon sessions of that without blinking an eye because I loved that game that much. And maybe that's not necessarily super healthy, but hey, it's the world we live in. Thanks for being part of the community. I'm done rambling at you for now. Gotta go. This stream is officially ending. Peace out.